Hi, I'm Tom from RacingCult Motorsport and RacingCult, and today we're going to show you how to fit our Clio 172182 front splitter kit. This is our full splitter kit, which has the end plates and the wheel well diffusers. Every one of our kits also comes with an oil inspection panel, so you can change the oil without having to remove the splitter. The blade itself has captive M6 threads, so you don't have to nut and bolt anything. It's very easy to assemble, so we'll just go through that now. So now we've got the main parts of the splitter blade assembled, we need to start doing some modifications to the car. We need to drill 3 holes in total, 2 underneath to add some riv nuts and 1 in the centre for a support here. We've already got the bumper off this car and got it ready, so we're just going to go underneath, drill some holes and add some riv nuts. So underneath the car there's 2 locations where we're going to mount the new splitter. At the back of the subframe here there is already some M6 captive threads. I would recommend running a tap and die down them, because if they're not used they will be full of dirt and you don't want to put fresh hardware in there. It's M6x1, really easy tap to come across. And then there's another hole at the front here where we're going to put an M8 riv nut. This needs to be drilled out to 11 or 12 mil. We use a little stepper drill bit, but we'll show you that. And then you need to fit the riv nut tool in there, and then we can get the blade up in place. So obviously we're using a 2-post ramp, which makes this a hell of a lot easier, but you can do this on the floor. The next step is we have 3 of these all together, but we're going to fit the 2 outer ones to the front of the car and then put the blade in place to hold it ready, so we can measure where we need to drill the hole for the centre one. Okay, so now we're at the stage where everything is loosely assembled. The splitter can actually move around. We've got all 4 holes mounted at the back, and we've got the 2 side supports at the front. Now this is the point where we need to drill an extra hole in the centre. So to do that we are going to fit the centre support and we're going to tighten it in the bottom of the splitter. Just do that by hand. Okay, now we've got that achieved, what we need to do is push the front of the splitter up so that it meets the front crash bar, and you'll see we've still got movement left to right. So depending on how straight the front of your Clio is, and I don't think we've seen a straight one yet, this means we've got a range of areas where we need to drill this hole. So just get yourself a permanent marker and draw round where it meets this front crash protection, so then we've got a guide of where we need to drill our new hole. So the hole we need to drill is a minimum of 10 millimeters, because the stud that comes out at the top of the sport is an M10 thread. Now luckily we've got a 90-degree drill, which means we don't have to remove the splitter blade to do this. If you haven't got one of these, it's probably best to undo all of this hardware, get the blade out of the way, drill your hole and then refit. So now we've drilled our hole, what we're going to do is do a final assembly of the front, and then we'll raise the car back up and tighten all of the rear, and that is your new splitter fitted. So that is the splitter kit now fitted. everything is tight. The only other thing to mention is we do include these little spacers. So if you have a larger front lip fitted to the bumper, you can fit these spacers underneath this bar here and it will lower the whole splitter down a little bit. If you've got a really deep front lip on there, just ask us and we can include a few more of these. We normally include enough so you've got one for each of the rods, which is normally suitable if you've got the standard lip, or if you've got something like the Laguna or the Sayat front lip, which people like to fit on these. So the only thing to do next is throw the front bumper on and check everything is where it should be. So that's the splitter kit all fitted. You can buy these on our website at racingcult.co.uk, and if you have any questions about it or if you want anything customizing, we're more than happy to help with that. Just shoot us an email at info@advocatemotorsport.co.uk. Thank you.